are here and ready to go. We were actually just talking, Rich has a book there.
Uh,
Um, you want
it's
to show it to us?
Journal of a Trapper, by Osborne Russell, and it's a true story. He's a mountain man, and these are his memoirs, and they put it into a book, and it's from 1834 to 1843, and it's literally all the stuff that he did. And I was just talking about it because I'm into trade knives, like butcher knives and stuff like that, and they carried butcher knives, and they were in the Rocky Mountains because it says he's in the Rocky Mountains, and they said one time the snow was so deep that they had to cut stairs in the snow with their butcher knives. Like
Dang.
it's like early 1800s, like you know what I mean. So it's cool stuff. The mountain man stuff is
That's
cool. Like the knife was what
insane.
they had. It was like such a valuable tool. So this is a cool book. Most libraries have this book. I actually read this from the library, and then I actually got my mother-in-law gave it to me for Christmas as a gift. So I put it on my shelf. Cool book.
I'm gonna have to check that book out.
Yeah. Well,
So,
here's the ISBN if you want the ISBN. I'll give it to you. I'll send it to you.
all right. So I am A with EDCQ, and this is,
I'm Rich from True Budget EDC and Prepping.
our weekly live. Although we missed one because of the football Super Bowl, but we are
Yeah.
back and ready to rock and roll till the next
Native
random
Wildman.
holiday. What's
What's up?
up?
How's it going?
So we were talking pre-show, making sure all of our stuff was working and rocking properly. We started talking about some uh like hatchets, knives, like how
Yeah.
things got set up, and we were talking about the NESMIC. And the NESMIC is that very like odd shaped blade,
I
correct?
I have one. It's a little mess
So
on.
what is the
That's
advantage of that blade? I freaking love the looks of it and the lines, but I've never understood the like purpose of the
um
swoop.
because it's got belly, so you can use it for skinning and stuff like that. Because it was an all-purpose blade, like George, like Sears. I mean, this is a little tiny one, but and it's usually a bigger one. But I use this for cut. It's good for cut meat. For they would skin animals. And it was just an all-purpose utility blade they used it for, and you'd use it for eating food or whatever. Most of the time, I really think honestly that they used it for like stuff like that, like food and skinning and
Food prep, yeah.
processing meat, because they didn't use their knives to chop wood like people do in bushcraft. That's like not the way it was. They used hatchets like this. You know what I mean? They had their own hatchets or small axes. They would carry a knife. This is a large stockman, but they would carry a knife like a stockman or like a jackknife. They carry a bigger Nesmuk than this, and he would carry an hatchet. And Kephart would carry a belt knife, which was a Kephart knife, and he had a pocket knife as well. George Washington Sears, Nesmuk didn't carry a stockman. They think he carried a moose, actually. And they actually think that Kephart carried more of like a stockman or a two-bladed stockman or something. And then they both carried a belt knife, and they both carried a small axe or a tomahawk to process wood.
They had the tool for whatever job. Dude, we are very sorry about your dad passing away.
Oh
That
yeah,
is
yeah,
that's rough,
yep.
man. That is
Sorry
rough.
for your loss. Sorry for your loss, man. Glad you got his knives though.
Yeah. So, large bags. We have been going through our EDC bags. We both have a fondness for them and have a whole lot. So, we started with small bags, we advanced to medium bags. Today, we are doing large bags. So, what is your large EDC bag, Rich?
My large EDC bag is this bag. It is. Oh, it weighs a ton. It's a backpack. It's the Alpaca Gear Elements backpack. It's in. This is a limited edition VX 41, I believe, and it's got this Codra HT material on the sides for the pockets, and the back is ballistic. And then it has this space stuff on it. I forget what they call it, but that's what's on the strap. So it's pretty comfortable. And then it has a sternum strap as well. So it's a pretty cool bag. It's got this handle that's super solid to carry it around, which is I use that a lot. And it's got two side pockets. I have my radio in one, and then your water bottle can go in there too. So cool.
Alpaca is solid. I am rocking a VanQuest. This is the Katara, and it has two straps But you can see if I can get it open here. So there's some orange stitching right there. That is where the other strap velcros in. And then when you're wearing it as a backpack, your strap, instead of going across, will come straight down. There's another little strap down here that comes out. And so you'd have the two strap option, or you can go either one crossbody. And my backpack is not that weighted down when I don't have my iPad in it. So I go crossbody most of the time. I do keep the other strap in my office. So if I need to go double, I can just pop it on. And it's got these little loopy things here to hold it. No water bottle pockets. That's one thing that I don't like, but it does have Molly on the side, so I added a water bottle pocket right there.
I'm gonna. Native said he's got a dime bags. I keep hearing. I've seen dime bags. I haven't bought one though. I gotta look into that. The dime bags.
So what Fat Man Gaming is a regular on my channel, really cool dude, has his own YouTube channel, and he told me, I think it was him, he told me about dime bags, and he uses a wallet. I might be wrong, it might be someone else, but
No, there is a
somebody
wallet. They
uses
have,
a wallet by them,
and they're
and
not
they've
that
got,
expensive. Their budget.
and aren't they made in the USA?
I think so. A lot of those bags are. I'll have to look into it. You know what? I saw it online in passing sometime a while ago. Like somebody said something like ugly yellow house bags. Have you ever heard of those?
No.
Ugly yellow house made in the United States out in the Northwest. A friend of mine on Facebook actually buys them, and those are pretty budgety too. But they're like solid. I have to get one of those too. Like there's just I just hear so much stuff about so many bags and so many pouches that I forget more than I remember because there's so many of them now. I mean, and as far as budget ones go, like that Pico Fire Pro that I got, that one's solid. Like you know what I mean, and that was like $21.
That's
So
who's that by?
Roaring Fire. That
Roaring
one's good.
Fire. That's it.
I know the Fossil channel uses it, and MarineX posted the video, so I know
Yeah.
it's out there.
25
Cool.
bucks for the wallet by Dime Bags. Like they make some cool looking gear.
See, that's not bad at all, honestly.
No. All right, so
yeah,
large bags have a lot of gear, and we have a lot of gear. So, what are some unique items you have, or something random? Because we know, like, we've got knives, we've got flashlights.
I have a walkie-talkie for when I'm at work. I put it in the bag when I'm not at work. I charge it at my house, and then I just put it. I use the water bottle pocket for the radio. It just clips in there, like so that I can take it to work, and then I put it on my belt when I get there. That's like kind of random.
Awesome.
It's a Motorola. Comes off.
That's used for your job, right?
Yeah, it's all calls. So if I got to call somebody for like seizure for something that happens to a kid or whatever, I can just call.
Okay.
Because you have to have more than one person there. Even though I'm there and somebody has a seizure, there's really nothing nobody can do. You still got to call for nurses. So you have to have more than one person. Yeah, my bags. Oh no, here it is. That's super.
Oh, mine is in multicam black. I don't think I mentioned that. I like multicam black.
Well, mine's in black, and the inside of it's high vis, so which is sick. It's got that high vis orange interior, and it folds. Got the fold down right here.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what else I have in here that's random? I have a tourniquet in here. It's it's an H&H TK4L. H&H got bought out by a different company. They're not H&H anymore. They're somebody else. So I have that in there. That's random. And a fidget spinner.
It glows in the dark. Native Wild Man likes the patch. It glows in the dark.
That's very cool. This doesn't have a splash patch, but whatever.
Trying to think if I've got anything kind of so one cool thing about the bag is that since it is a sling bag, it's got these little snaps here on either side that keep it from like falling open, like the bag will stop, but you can unsnap them and it clamshells all the way. But I leave my zippers on either side of the snap. And so when I'm wearing the bag, I can sling it around to the front and get access to the bag this way, which is pretty
That's
freaking awesome.
Mike Roach. I'm not sure who that is.
So I have a
Sawyer.
full
Is that?
screwdriver.
Oh, I thought that was a Sawyer. That looks like a Sawyer.
Yeah. So it's got these like long double-sided bits
Yeah,
and this thing. So you can see the this little guide here that'll show you what I'm doing. When you use the uh, it turns with either direction you're going. So check this out. So if I'm tightening a screw down, I've got the screw in, so this is held tight, and I'm ratcheting it with this. Either direction you turn it, it's gonna move.
that's cool.
So it's going to on the forward and the reverse. If your hand's stuck and you're cranking it like this, it's
Yeah,
gonna tighten or loosen whichever way you're going. So it's supposed to help you like 10 times faster or something, which is pretty sweet. But
I
that
have a
that just fits in a little pocket on the inside here.
I have the lever gear bit vault in here.
Yes. Those
I
things
have a
are awesome.
what else is random? I have a stethoscope in here. That's pretty random.
You have a stethoscope? Oh, well, yeah, medical though, right?
Right? Yeah, yeah. I have a stethoscope.
No,
I have EMS gauze. I have a compression bandage from North American Rescue. I have a bunch of medical crap in here.
I have
Um,
a fake phone. I win. I have a fake phone. It
I
does nothing.
got the Dio Drio. I have the nutsack double admin in here too. Actually,
You have your nutsack in your backpack, you win.
I do. I do. Oh wait, here. I got some dude wipes, like a big pack of them.
I've got
Listen,
cordage. So this is
thought that
25
was your.
feet of fire cord.
I thought that was your weave. It looks like. No, I'm just kidding.
Pop it in.
That's cool.
And then I've
That's
got
cool.
some Kevlar cord. So I've got Kevlar cord and fire cord.
I
And
got my freaking
my rape whistle, just in case.
my Chromebook is in here too. So I think I never took it out. I just leave it in there.
So your bag is heavy.
Yeah, but I don't use it. It's not bad though. Honestly, its positions. This bag is good, man. With these straps, and then it's got the cushions on the back right here. So it's actually not bad. It's comfortable. It's 26 liters. And I have a load of crap in here, man. There's like there's a few pockets on the inside. There's a smaller mesh one, and then there's a larger one that goes pretty deep down in there. I got like a bunch of stuff. Man, I got some hydration pipes, liquid IV. Um,
Okay. Do you
I have
use that, or do you have it in case someone
give
else
that.
needs it?
I usually give it to other people. Like
Yeah.
I got that from when I was at camp nursing because a lot of the kids would be outside running around and they'd overheat and they'd come in and I just give them that. It works good. So I literally buy stuff for other people mostly.
So I've
But
got this freaking awesome battery bank.
oh, there you go.
This is like one of those rugged, like it could fall out of your vehicle and you could pick it up and it'd still work.
Well, I made this my tech kit. I got 2 Anchor with 10,000 mAh batteries in here. I got the lever gear cable kit. That's about all I got in here. So I have 2 batteries in here. I have a larger one, so I have the cable kit, which is right there. And then I have a smaller one that's easier to carry around in your pocket. That's 10,000 mAh. That's a Power Core Select. And then this is a Power Core Slim. It's bigger. I put a
That's
sticker on it.
awesome.
My wife has the same one, so we put stickers to tell them apart. So this is the Power Core Slim. So I have the Power Core Slim and the Power Core Select, and they're both 10,000. And I got my earbuds too, so I have these earbuds that I use for work. So I made it into
So
like a
your
total
little tech bag.
Yeah, and that's the Dio Drio bag that was like $9.
That bag
So
is incredible.
and
So
it's wax
Native
can.
Wildman uses honey on cuts. Honey is my
Yeah,
jam.
it's
Manuka honey, I
antibacterial.
keep tubes of it. Yeah. I just actually I'll be adding them into my first aid kits. I just recently got these like I don't know if I have anything shaped like it. Let's see. So it's kind of okay, yeah. So it's kind of like this. This is a little
Okay.
Purell this thing you kind of like snap and then squeeze out the Purell. It's pretty cool. So it's kind
Right.
of like this, but it has Manuka honey on the inside. So I can
Oh,
take
no.
like single-use packets out and about with me, which will be freaking awesome. Uh, hey, I keep batteries in here. So I've
There you
got
go.
this thing separates. I've got 2 double and 2 triple in each one. So
Cool.
if I need to put one in my pocket or whatever, I've got both. But so much of what the kiddos use batteries. So I've started keeping that on me. It's just better than having a kid freaking out because their toy doesn't work.
Yeah, through that. Yeah, I have a totally different boo boo kit that I carry in my pocket, my ouch pouch. So that's like this is like in case there's an active shooter actually, which is sad to say. You think about stuff like that, right? So I got a tourniquet and then EMS gauze and then compression bandage in case there's somebody that gets shot. That's really why I have it. Like you know what I mean?
It's sad. That
Because
is
it is.
seriously sad that
And you
that's
know what? I
that's
work
all
in high
gone.
school. I work in high school, and admin is on pretty much on top of the doors are always locked. But you know what? People get in. Like other kids let other kids in. Like, and they might think it's a kid from their school. They don't know. So there's really kind of no way you can police all the doors. And our building was built in like 1931, and it's old and it's big. It's really big. Like believe me, because I walk like 7,000 steps or 10,000 steps or something like that. Walking like miles a day, and people
That's
get in. I
insane.
mean, no matter what you do. So unfortunately, hopefully it doesn't happen. But I mean, and everybody's got a dare officer, not a dare officer. What do they call them now? Resource officers there. So there is a police officer on duty that's every day the same person. So we
But he
literally have
can't
we
be
don't
everywhere.
right. She can't be everywhere. Actually, it's
Oh, she can. Yes, I
just
like
I
it.
know. Right? That's awesome. So yeah, so she can't be everywhere. She's got to deal with just whatever happens. Kids are jerks sometimes. People are jerks. Like whatever, not just kids. Believe me, the adults are more high schoolers than the kids are sometimes. So, like,
I believe
so
that. So these are little magnetic kind of zip ties. So you can
cool.
wrap something up with this. If I can hold on to it. So you can wrap something up and then bring the magnet together.
Uh,
So you can cord cables, like whatever you'd want a zip tie for.
yep.
But they also magnetize to each other. They're freaking fun to play with. Like these are fidget toys for me that can actually come in handy if I needed them.
There was an active shooter. I don't think. Oh, that's well. At least nobody got hurt. But that's what I'm saying. People
Yeah.
are crazy. Well, you don't know. There was a what do they call it? A swatting incident in our area in Massachusetts. Somebody called in fake uh, active shooters, and like they closed down like 10 different schools. And it wasn't just here.
Daggum.
I think surviving the daily said that a school down by him got closed down in Connecticut too. So um,
And
like
nothing
so
was
there,
going on. It was
nothing. They just
fake.
it was all fake. Yeah, like they
I
locked
keep a
our school down and
straw.
everything. Oh, I got I don't keep it with me though. I have a metal straw my son gave me. I actually have a pouch that I use from Long Hunter Supply that I made into a like utensil kit for food because there's a straw in there, a hobo knife, some other stuff.
I
What's
like
your
having
everyday
stuff to
carry?
eat.
Today my everyday carry was a bunch of stuff that I don't have near me. But
Yeah.
I carried this Rough Rider large Stockman today because I don't know. I haven't carried. Somebody said, "How come I haven't carried traditionals in a long time?" So I pulled this one out because I actually like this. This is literally like an $11 knife. Like it's all right, man. I
Is
like
that
it.
a single blade, double
Uh,
blade?
it's got the 3 blades, so it's got the main clip
Okay.
point, but it's bigger. It's bigger than a smaller Stockman. It's got a bigger sheep foot blade, and then
I
it has
like
a
that.
spade blade, which I rarely use. So I mostly use this one, the sheep blade.
Yeah.
So this is like $11. You know why I got this knife actually? Because I was buying from SMKW, and you need $100 for free shipping. So I bought the Delica. I was buying the Delica, and I needed to. I was like, I need to make it $100. So I bought this, and I was going to give it away, but it's actually pretty good. So I was like, so yeah. But the Delica is the reason that I bought that. So,
That's people are so crazy.
yeah, there's crazy people, unfortunately.
Uh, so my everyday carry, since this is our Q&A, I have a knife normally, like a folder, and then I have a large Swiss Army knife normally in my pocket. Right now it's a Super Tinker, and then a flashlight, a hank, some cash. I keep Listerine breath strips, earbuds, chapstick. Trying to think.
I mean,
That's the
my entire
bulk of what I
EDC.
carry.
So I always carry. Oh, he's got. There he is from India. So shout out to India. That's cool.
That is very cool. Thanks for
So yeah,
watching.
yeah. So I always carry a light, like a flashlight. I always have a knife. I always have another knife on my belt too. So I'm like, if you guys check out Urban Knife Guy, he did a video on 2 knife carries. And do you do that? And I'm like, yeah. So I've been carrying this knife, this Watchman. It's a clone. I didn't know it was a clone, but whatever. It's actually not that bad, which is crazy because this is a NESM. They gave it a number. So I don't know. It's the WF220, whatever, but it's a Boker NESM ripoff. But whatever. I didn't know it when I bought it, so I'm going to use it because I paid for it, right?
Yeah.
I've been carrying this as like a secondary knife on my belt. And I carried this knife for today, the Stockman. So I usually carry a pocket knife, a belt knife, a flashlight. What else do I got? Pen and a piece of paper. Actually, I've been carrying.
Well,
And
now something I found extremely amusing when we first met on the YouTube world. I was like knives, like 5, 6, 7 knives, however many I could
yeah,
carry. And you were like 1 knife, you don't need more, maybe 2. And
yeah, dude.
now I frequently have 2 knives and you have like 4.
Yeah, but I've like was doing that for a minute because I was like carrying an SAK for the scissors. So I would have like the compact in my pocket, and then I would have like another knife in my pocket, like the Delica or the Hogue Decker or something like that. And then I would have a belt knife. So then I was like up to 3 knives. So I was like, you know what, I'm going back to just. What if Native said something? Do you have a go-to knife for work tasks? Oh man, this is a cool feel. You know what? I like the Delica. The Delica is like you can beat the crap out of this knife. This knife is solid. It's super thin and lightweight, but this is the one that has the saber grind on it, the flat saber grind. And I don't know, the Delica can just whatever. Because
So
VG10 is
that's
easy to take care of.
that's like my go-to work knife is the Endura, which is the big brother, and it's for 2 reasons. 1, VG10, excellent steel, easy to sharpen, and 2, I have 2 Enduras, so if I mess one up, I'm okay with it.
Well, also the Delica is not really that expensive. I mean, it's like $100, like right, $90
Yeah.
most places, so it's not bad. And I'm probably gonna get the full flat grind because I'm a full flat grind person. That's once you have been into knives start for a really long time, you start getting really like finicky. Like you know what I'm saying. Now it's down to
What's
you want to start.
up?
What's
Kathleen
that?
is here. Spider
Hey,
Co, yes.
yeah, so once you get to like a long time of being a knife person, you want certain grinds, like right, like I want flat grinds, like
Yeah.
so that's one of the reasons why. Speaking of Spider Go for the Win is a Para 3 lightweight, right? It's a full flat grind,
Yes.
and this Carpenter steel is very similar to VG10, and it's better. It has better edge retention, but it's very similar to it, and I like VG10, so it's a good knife. But this is definitely the work I'd use for a work knife. This is solid.
Yeah,
Delicacy.
I agree.
Or even the Deca too, honestly, because it's Magna Cut. This one's Magna Cut. You know what I mean? And I really have no problem like beating the crap out of this knife, like, and it holds up. So,
If you're gonna pay for a knife, use it. That's my opinion. So,
like, yeah,
Kumar was talking about firearms, and
uh-huh.
I personally don't disclose whether or not or what I do firearm wise, just because I think some things uh, everybody
Should be a
doesn't need to
surprise.
know.
Should be a
And
surprise.
yeah, surprise is good. Everybody doesn't need to know. And the other thing is, I can't control my audience, and I don't want to encourage something for someone that I like. I have no control over who's watching my videos, and I know there are people of certain ages that I wouldn't talk firearms with,
Cool.
and so I just kind of do. I carry one? Do I not? Nobody knows.
Pepper spray.
I'll say, oh hey, I have a really cool spot in this bag. So VanQuest is known for their concealed carry, which is actually why I thought of this. And this bag has a little hidden compartment right here, and I keep
Yeah,
my my
Oh,
fixed
that's the
blade
one
in
you got a
there.
blade. You got that at Blade Show, didn't you?
Yes, yes, I did. That is the Vero accent, and so I can
Ooh,
leave
spider.
that right in here.
It's a spider. Oh, here's a Bow River. It's sitting on my table. I put a
So
little
that's
friggin'
accessible from both sides. So it's the same compartment.
awesome.
But yeah, that's pretty cool right there. A knife is a fast gun. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Just saying.
All right.
Rocking the Deca. That's what you're playing with.
Yeah, that was a deck. A deck is super fun to play with. Super fidget.
So I actually purchased a knife today. Rich and I have been on a kick of not buying China to the best that we can, and USA made and Italian. Rich actually got me into Italian made knives. And I
Cool, man.
actually
I'll go look.
ordered a new one today by Fox. It is the Yipper. So it's a Fox knife, but it has the slide lock, the axis lock. So I'm
Cool.
super, super stoked to get that one. And it's like $1.30, like super
They're not bad.
cheap for an Italian made knife. And it's M390 or Magna Cut. I forget which one.
They like M390. The Italians are big on the M390 and the LMAX, actually. There's a lot of
Yeah.
LMAX, not from like MKM and Fox or Viper. There's a lot of them.
Doc Holliday.
Yeah, Doc Holliday. Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry. I got a patch on my 511 bag that says I'm your Huckleberry. Speaking of
That's
Doc Holliday.
awesome. I went to where is that? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Uh, okay, Corral. Like, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
what I think of Doc Holliday.
it's out in Arizona or New Mexico. I went there. That little old-timey town was freaking awesome. They made everything. It was cool.
Everyday field watch that's budget. I have the Timex Expedition chronograph, and that's like about $50, and that's really good. I have it, but it's
I'm
just like
I've got a Casio here. I don't know if I can get it
Casios
on
too,
camera.
actually.
I just got this one for Valentine's Day from my husband, and I don't know which model it is. On the back it says SGW-100, but I think this was like right around $30, and I like it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's some cool ones out there, but I like Timex because it's got the end of glow. And actually, Conan from Conan's EDC sent me a Forester, and that light is crazy on that. You can like see by it. Like
Is that a
it's just
Timex?
it's a Casio
Casio.
Forester.
Okay.
The light is crazy. Seriously. Yep, and it's an analog watch, so I usually use analog watches. I just today I was
Yeah.
using a
This light
Fossil.
sucks.
Yeah, the one on that one, when I got it, I was like, whoa. So I went in my bathroom because there's no windows in there, and I closed the door, it's pitch black. I could literally see with it for like a little
That's
while.
insane. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of budget watches, Timex, Casio.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. Yeah. So they're pretty easy to come by. But that Expedition's pretty good. And it's a
I
chronograph
have
if you really
one.
need it.
Yeah. I have one Casio that I like so much, I got in a second color, which is pretty cool.
Well, I got
Tombstone. Yes, Tombstone. I have been there.
the movie
That was
Tombstone.
really cool. Yes, that's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, that's cool. Firearms history. Yep. Knives. I like the history of knives. That's literally how I got into trade knives, was the history of the North American fur trade and how people came over the Hudson's Bay Company, which is the longest running corporation in history. So it's been going since 1679 or something like that. So the trade knives and a lot of the trappers were indentured servants, basically. They would come over and they would work for the Hudson's Bay Company. Hudson's Bay Company said, "Hey, what do you got for tools and trapping, stuff?" Nope, nothing. Okay, we'll give it to you, but you got to pay us all back. So everything you catch, you give to us when you skin it, and they would grade it, and certain amount of money. They would grade it by beaver pelts. So it's cool. It's just a
That is
history
cool.
and it was just, that's where a lot of knives came from, like the butcher knives and the camp knife, and like there's like the French trade knives and stuff like that, the Courrier Dubois knives. There's like a ton of the roach belly. There's a whole bunch of trade knives. Butcher knife was it, but they used to call a butcher knife scalper. They called it a frontier knife. I saw one online, like an original one from like 1800s, and it was like a $900 knife, and I was like, whoa. But you wouldn't use it though, because it's like an original knife from like mountain men, like fur trade. Like you would never use it.
Yeah.
So I like the history of knives. It's super cool. And it is
That's
super
awesome.
complex because you got knives coming from everywhere. You got knives coming from Solage in Germany. You got knives coming from Seiki Japan for 800 years. Knives coming from, Sheffield, England. Oldest, I think the oldest reference to a knife was from England, Sheffield. The guy's name was like Robert or Roger the Cutler, and it was like from 1279 AD. They found like a letter about a knife that he made or something, and I looked at. So it's crazy. Like there's so many people making knives all over the world forever.
I mean,
India.
it's neat. Like it's the one tool that, regardless of what you're doing, it can come in handy, and you can't recreate a knife. Like
Speaking of India, Woot steel came from India. Woot steel is one of the oldest steels, carbon steels that has a consistent HRC. And this is way for like thousands of years ago. They would consistently make their knives at a certain heat treat, temperature, and everything. And to this day, they don't know how it was done. And it's one of the best steels. Like it's called Woots. If you look it up, it's from India.
that's
Yeah. So,
insane.
like I studied all kinds of crap about knives. Like, so when people are like, oh, carbon steel sucks. I'm like, oh, but no. I was like, Woot steel.
No, actually.
Like, yeah, it's one of the oldest steels that's been used since like people have been around. So, yeah, the history of that.
That's freaking awesome.
You could literally study till you like die. Like seriously.
So, closing out the large bag, I have a question for you. So, when you're carrying your large bag, do you incorporate anything from your small bag with it, or is it like a self-contained system that if you're carrying your backpack, you don't use something else?
I just pretty much, if I carry this, I don't need anything else because I have everything that I would have. I have way more stuff than I have in my small bag. There's like an admin pouch in here that's loaded with a bunch of other stuff. So there's like a light. It's like that's a self-contained unit in itself. So if I just wanted to open this bag and grab my admin pouch and go somewhere, I would have a whole EDC alone in that. I can actually pull it out.
And that's your nutsack, right?
That is my nutsack. I carry lots of stuff in my nutsack. So let's see.
As you should.
So I have my tech kit, and then the nutsack is in here, and so on the outside of it, because it's got it's wax canvas, it's got all this moly, and I have the old Milwaukee marker, a couple of F301s, and then this actually stands. So I have there's a lot of stuff. I have a hydration. I have a liquid IV in there too. I have some dude wipes. Here's your nail clippers. So I have nail clippers in there.
Yeah.
I have another flashlight. I have a knife in here. So I have a Scout knife by Boker. This is the plastic pocket steel. I have a lighter, notebook, Gondek EDC Hank, another pen. I have a small first aid kit with a Ranger band. This is a Coleman one. These are on Amazon for like $5. These are. It's a 27 piece all purpose. It's just something so I could say I have it. And it's all just like, it's all in there in the pockets.
That's awesome.
And you could just zip it up. If you had to, you could just take it out of your bag and run with it. You're good to go. Same thing with this. This is a DO drill wax canvas. If I needed to take my tech kit somewhere, let's take it out. It's in a different bag.
Go.
I can just go.
Modular setup.
Yeah, and that's why I like this. And shout out to Nutsack because they sent this to me. Matt David, he sent this to me free of charge. And for me to review it. And it's solid. This thing is it's going to outlast me without question.
Chicago 23 is rocking the Spyderco with the blurple. I love that. That's awesome.
I like blurple's good stuff.
So with my setup, I have like, the small bag, the medium bag, and the large bag. If I'm carrying this, I will a lot of times use my small bag and toss it kind of in the top up here. Because of how my bag's set up, this is always empty. So I'll set it right there just because a lot of times my wallet will be in the small bag. And it just has, a lot of the EDC stuff that I normally like. So I kind of like tier my system a little bit.
That's cool. I could actually put my small bag.
Rooster.
I could put my small bag in here because I still have a lot of space, even though I have a lot of stuff in here. I also, in the front of it, I could take, because there's a hidden pocket here. And in that, I have an Alpaca. What is this? Is the Zip Pouch Pro, and it's just another lighter. I have a lighter in here too. Like wonder where all my lighters are. And then there's a pair of nail clippers in here. There's a little pry bar. There's a pen, and there's a lighter. And I just threw that in here as a little kit if I needed something.
That's
And I didn't
awesome.
know. I could just grab it out of the front of the bag. And also, I have a coin in here, Armor of God. A friend of mine
Challenge
passed.
coin.
I had a friend of mine that passed away. She gave me this coin before she died, and I carry it everywhere I go. So she's Char. Her name was Char Baker, and yeah,
That's cool.
so I carry it all over the place with me.
Have you heard of Hen and Rooster knives?
I have, yes, I have Hen and Rooster knives made in Germany.
Do you
Yep.
have any?
No, I do not. I don't have a lot of German knives. A lot of these companies got bought out. I'm not sure if Hen and Rooster got bought out, but so I don't like. It's hard to judge. There's the Eye. Who makes the Eye brand? Was that Hen and Rooster? No. There's a bunch of German companies that did get eventually bought out, and they're producing in China now. So I'm not sure if Hen and Rooster is still straight Germany or what, but they've been around for a long time too.
That's one
Yeah,
that I hadn't yet heard of. I'll have to look into them.
yeah. The
Do
Eye
you
is. Look up the Eye. I forget the name of the guy. It's Carl something, I think. But there's like so many different knife brands. It's hard to keep track of stuff, especially the
um
really, really old ones that, like, you know what I mean, that have been around forever.
so what do we want to talk about next week? We have gone through bags. Do you have an idea?
We could do pouches, I guess, if people. I'm not sure, or if anybody else has an idea. I mean, you can go bags, pouches, flashlights, like anything, like knives. Like everybody loves knives. Um,
Yeah.
uh, I don't know, man. There's so much stuff that people carry. Multi tools. I don't really carry multi tools. I have 1, 2, 3.
I have this might be my favorite multi-tool, and it's not the Leatherman Arc. It is a Swiss tool by Victorinox. I
Oh
freaking
yeah,
love this thing. And
I
here's
have the.
one of the reasons why. Do you see how that knife looks when it is in plier form fully closed? It's you can't you cannot pinch your finger here and cause a blood blister. Like
Oh wow.
it doesn't get close enough to pinch you right there. I don't know if you've ever done that, but that sucks.
I have a Gerber suspension that I've had since forever, and it's been in here.
Dude, the
I've,
suspension
I've,
is a classic.
I've literally, my wife bought me this 1 year, and I've had it for like 8 years, 9 years. It's 9 years, almost 9 years, yeah. So it's in here. But you know what's funny too? A lot of this stuff that's in here, like if I go somewhere, I go away. Like in the summer, I'm not in school, so I don't take this bag. I take stuff out of this bag and put it in other bags. And I got to remember what I took out of it. Put it back the next year when I go back.
So let's
Met it.
do EDC pouches next week. Like
All
set up
right, that's
like two or three pouches, but for
okay.
like EDC, not like specific first aid or tech or anything. Let's just go straight. If you were to grab and go with a kit, what would it be? So we'll
I
each build
actually.
out three and kind of compare.
What's funny is I have like 2 that I always leave ready to go. 3 now, actually. 4, 5, 5. No, I actually have 6. I think I have like 6 EDC pouches that are already full.
That's
That way,
awesome.
I know I have the Maxpedition Micro, the Maxpedition Mini are ready to go. The Pico Fire Pro is ready to go. I have 2 Alpaca hub pouches that are ready to go inside bags. So I have like 5 or 6 already built that I just,
There you go.
But my grab and go one is now the Pico Fire Pro that I did that video on recently. So.
It's a little bit, is it larger than the Mini, the Maxpedition Mini?
Oh no. Well, I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, I'll pull those both out. I'll bring those out when we do the video. I'll have the Pico Fire Pro. I'll have the Maxpedition Mini and something else. Maybe the Maxpedition Micro. Because
Okay.
literally the micro is like if I go away, I will take the micro and I'll just put it inside my bag because I take a deployment bag, right? So it's like a duffel bag. I don't use luggage. It's useless. I just use a bag. So I had a huge Nike bag. It's like 50 liters. And I'll put all my clothes in there. And then on the bottom, I'll put the micro in there or the mini or whatever in there. And I just take that with me. And then I'll take one of my smaller bags or my medium bags that has another pouch in it. So I'm good to go. I have a backup pouch with more
Yeah.
stuff in it. because the minis you can fit a lot of stuff in those.
Yeah.
Maxpedition
No, I
kicks
like
butt.
them.
Yeah, they kick butt. So
Maxpedition knows what they're doing when it comes to gear, especially
oh yeah,
pouches.
yeah. So yeah, definitely that's a good idea.
Got the OG Leatherman, another classic.
Yeah.
Rich is not a Leatherman guy at all.
No, I think they're overpriced, but whatever. I mean, everybody's got to do whatever. I think a lot of stuff's overpriced, but I mean, but I
All
could be
right.
proven wrong in the future. Who knows? I used to hate spiders, but now I got a whole bunch of them. So whatever, right?
This is very true. And you
And
you may not like it, but you own a Benchmade.
I do.
I
You know
used
what?
to have an
I
endearing
don't.
term for them.
Oh yeah, I don't know how I feel about that knife though. You know what? It's weird because it's a good EDC knife. It's made in good material. It's got good steel. It's got a Cerakote. It's the mini bug out. It just seems like they put all of the time and effort into the blade and put a shit handle on it. Like I think that's what it is because it's got like that Zytel or whatever they're using, Grivex. It's just crappy. Like you know what I mean. And
And
I'm not gonna go to my way to change it.
the bug out, I will fully say it feels like you got it out of a vending machine. Like
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 right. Like I don't.
the handle feels so cheap, and it's not, but it does.
Yeah, and that I got on sale, so whatever. It was only 110. It's a $180 knife I got for 110 bucks because the color was going out of. They're getting rid of the color. So whatever.
So, I'm actually intrigued. What do you use to sharpen your knives?
Me, so I have stones, right? I have I have stones that I use to sharpen, but then I have what I call my half-ass sharpening system, which is just it's a Smoky Mountain knife where it's diamond, 400 on one side, 1,000 on the other. It's a butterfly knife, like kind of, but it's a sharpener. And then I use a ceramic rod. So if I don't feel like going downstairs in my toolbox, I use that or I take it with me. But I use Norton stone, so I have Norton crystalline, which is silicon carbide for harder steels like D2. Then I have a Norton India oil stone, which is aluminum oxide, which is pretty much used for all kinds of other steel other than super hard stuff. And then from there, I would go to Arkansas stones. So I have a Washita stone, which is a case Arkansas stone, which they're not like judged by grit, they're judged by density. So I do have a grit scale that is like kind of, not really a grit scale, but what they would be. You know what I mean? So I have a Washita
Yeah.
stone, which is the most coarse one, and then a soft Arkansas, which is less coarse than that one. And then I have a pocket stone too that I could carry with me. That is insane. It's Dan's whetstones. That thing gets knives so sharp. It's crazy. But it's like this big though, so it sucks. You get it carried around, and if you have a big knife, it's like a pain in the ass to sharpen with it. But I've gone away to like South Carolina. I went to Myrtle Beach, and the knives that were there were horrible. And my wife has an EDC. My wife has a kitchen EDC bag that she brings with her, and it's got like a chef's knife in it. It's got an Old Hickory butcher knife in it. It's got the 5.5 Hunter in it. It's got like pot holders and tongs. And she made an EDC kit for like when
That's
we go away.
awesome.
So we had our own stuff. It didn't matter, but I was like, these knives are dull and it's bothering me. So I was like, I got
So
my
you
little.
sharpened them up.
I did, and it made them look ridiculous. Whoever came after us was probably like, wow, these knives are really sharp.
You're welcome.
Oh, me
What's
with
up,
knives.
me
What's up,
with
man?
knives? And I've heard a lot about Hitch and Timber. I haven't tried anything from them. Might have to look into that.
What is Hitch and Timber? I've heard that name. I don't know what.
So I think from what I think they have a wide variety of stuff. Like I think they have all kinds of stuff. He was talking about a tool pouch that he uses.
Okay, Hitch and Timber. Yep.
So I use my go-to is a work sharp. I have one of the work sharp systems, but I
Right.
always fine tune my stuff. I try not to get to need the work sharp, but if I need to like fix something, like if I've screwed up my knife, if I've got, a problem that I need to fix because I was doing something I shouldn't, I use the work sharp. If I'm just touching it up and keeping it, nice and hair popping sharp, then I use my diamond stone. I've got a
What's
pretty
up?
fine grit that I can get them nice and sharp with.
Yeah, I just like I don't know, man. I used to be a lot in the survivalist community, and we're always like taught never to rely on anything. Like if you can sharpen your knife on a rock, like you're good. Like,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of reason why survivalists use carbon, because you might actually have to sharpen it on a rock. You know what I mean? And if it has a 55 HRC, you could find a flat rock and sharpen that knife. It'd be good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just hand sharpen forever. So I do have like a little work sharp mini EDC one. It's got like a little diamond rod and a little ceramic rod on the other, but it's like super
Yep.
small, and you just carry. And then it also has some torque bits in it where you can take the bits out and put it in the side. So I take that with me when I go away in my
It's
my
kind of
bag
like
too. So I have, yeah,
that
it's small.
shape. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so when I go away, I'll take like my Washita stone, my case Washita stone now, because it's in its own case. And then you don't want to take stones with you, right? Because stones are rocks and they weigh a lot. So I don't want to carry them all. So I just take like one. And the Washita stone's only like this big in a case, and it's like super thin. So you know what I mean? I bring that and I can sharpen everything. I just sharpened a knife on it. It's ridiculously sharp too. You'd be surprised how sharp Arkansas stones get things, because it's a quartz and it cuts. It like really like sharpens it really. It's Navacolite, actually. That's what it's made of.
That's cool. Yeah. So they're a leather and wax company.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I haven't seen anything from them. So
Sweet. So we will be back next week with EDC pouches, 8:30 Sunday Eastern. Be here or don't be here and miss it, but that would be
right.
sad. So be here.
Yeah.
uh,
Be there or be
diamond
square. But
plates. Yep, that's what I
plates.
use.
Yeah.
Fine and extra fine diamond plates, and
Yeah, I got
I don't have a problem.
with that Smoky. See, when I bought that Benchmade, I think Smoky Mountain Knife Works sent me that diamond sharpener for free, and it opens up like a butterfly knife. And one side's a 400 grit diamond, and the other side's a 1,000 grit diamond. And I strapped a
Yep,
ceramic rod to it, and I just have that. So I have a what do you call it, a ranger band around it. So I got the rod. That's what I call my half-ass sharpening, because I just don't feel like going downstairs. It's in my kitchen drawer actually right now.
but it gets the job done.
Yeah, it does. I got
So,
it got this super sharp. I know that. So whatever. It's good for honing.
all right. Well, thanks for hanging out, Rich. I really appreciate it,
All
and
right.
thank you guys as well.
All right. Everybody
Uh,
have a great week.
yes,
And
yes,
see you, ne-
definitely.
see you next Sunday then for EDC pouches.
Yes, and bring yours, you guys who are hanging out
Yeah,
with us, and type in what you've got. That way
yeah,
we can comment on what you're carrying instead of y'all just seeing what we're carrying. That's
he
I
has a
love it.
rock.
He's using a
rock.
rock. He's using a
That's
rock.
cool.
That is
I
freaking
mean, I am
awesome.
too, guy.
Yeah.
I got Novacolite's the only natural one though. Aluminum oxide's man-made. Crystalline, the silicon carbide, that's man-made. But the Novacolite works good. The Arkansas stones are sick. All right, Native. I'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah.
Your show. You're gonna go back to having your live. I'll look for you. He's got a live. I think it was Tuesdays. All right,
I'll
you
have
guys
to
have a good
check
one.
it out. Same bat
Yeah.
time, same bat channel.
Yes, sir.